This video is part of the shape series, and today we're going to be learning and drawing the circle shape. Our materials list is longer for this activity. We're going to need a pencil, paper, black marker, a ruler, acrylic paints, at least 3 colors, paint brushes, a whiteboard, a cup to wash our paintbrushes on, paper towel, and soup can, or any can that is circular, or tape. So a circle is a unique shape compared to the triangle, square, and rectangle because it doesn't have any sides or straight lines. It does have a line, but it's curved where the end point of the line meets the starting point of the line to create the shape. Also, the distance between the center point of the shape to any point on the line is equal. I know it sounds like math class, but here are some examples of things that are circular. A tennis ball, the tires on your car, and an orange. So now we're going to draw our circle. I'm going to show you 2 ways of drawing it. So we'll draw our guidelines. And first one is freehand. And this is more like trial and error. We're going to use our guidelines here, and we're just going to make the round motion on our page. And again, we're going to keep doing it until you're satisfied with your shape, until it's circular. And it's kind of like you're sculpting it into the circle shape. And when you're happy with it, trace it with a black marker and erase the pencil lines. Again, this method, it's hard to get a perfect circle. That's why I like the second method better, which is using a stencil. So for this one, I'm just going to use the tape and then just trace around it to get our circle. And this is more my preferred method because it's easier and you get a better quality circle. Alright, so now we're going to draw a basketball. So we'll draw our guidelines here. And then I'm going to use a tape to have I'm going to use a guideline to draw our basketball. So I would just trace the shape of the tape to get our basic shape here. We're going to draw the lines inside the basketball. So I would put our tape over here and then just trace it starting from this line over here, just like that. And then another one on this side, just like that. And then a straight line in the middle. And then another straight line here. And then just trace it. And you got your basketball. You can color it in. Alright, so now we're going to draw a sun. And then for this, I'm going to use a can of soup as a guide to draw my circle. And then I'm going to draw small triangles around the circle for the rays of the sun. They can be different sizes, just like that. You see this a lot in cartoons where the sun has sunglasses. You can draw that, shade it in. There's our sun. And for last drawing, we're gonna draw a donut. I'm gonna use the tape again to get my circle shape. It's easier to do a circle when it's smaller compared to drawing a bigger one. I'm gonna use the tape again to draw the chocolate glazing on our donut. Just like that. Outline it with your black marker, then you can color it in. Alright, this next piece is called the Kandinsky Circles. Vasily Kandinsky is a Russian painter from the late 1800s to the mid 1900s, and he did a lot of abstract work among other styles of work. Here are some of his abstract work, and this is the art piece that we're going to recreate. All right, so we're going to need our materials, paintbrushes. I have two types. I have a medium-sized one that is a number 14, and then another brush that is a little thinner. We need a cup with water to wash our brushes, and I've pre-selected my paint that I'll be using. I don't have a palette, so what I usually do is I just grab a paper that I don't need. What I do is I just fold it like that, so it's thicker, so I can put my paint on it. And we're gonna need a ruler, our pencil, and I have a board that is 11 inches by 14 inches wide. You can use a board like this, or you can use regular paper, which is 8.5 by 11, as long as it's a little thicker than your normal printer paper, because we're going to be using acrylic paint. There's, I believe, 12 squares that we can fill in with circles. So I'm just going to measure our board here and create our guidelines. So if you have 11 by 14, your squares should be 3.5 inches. So we'll just do that quickly. This is how your board should look like. You have 12 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 11 by 14. If you have 8.5 by 11, it should look very similar. You still have your 12 squares. We're gonna choose one square to draw our first circle, and I'm just gonna choose red for the first one, and I'm gonna choose this box right here, and I'm just gonna draw a circle. So again, when we practice our circle drawings, we're doing this motion, this round motion like that, right? And then I'll move on to a different color. So a different color, you can use a different brush, or you can dab your brush in your cup of water so that the colors don't mix. And I'll use green. So this box here is our border for this circle that we have. We're gonna contain our circle within the border over here. Next one, I'll use blue I'll do this one right here, right beside it. It's okay if your colors blend here a little bit. Actually looks nice like that. If you want, you can go to another box too to start another square if you know that you're going to be using the same color that you just used, just so that you don't have to keep washing your brush. It can get a little challenging when you're right on the border here, this line right here. So just be careful that you don't go over it. So really, we're just painting different color circles one after the other. So remember just the circular motion of your brush strokes, just kind of like when we were practicing drawing our circles earlier. So this piece is kind of, if you look at it, you sort of get hypnotized. But it's a really nice piece. It's very relaxing to do. It's simple, but at the same time, because of the pattern of the circles and the colors, it makes it very interesting looking. So you can go over some of the circles that you already did. Like for this one, the blue is not as clear, so I would just go over it again with another layer. Put a red dot there. There's our recreated Kandinsky circles. I hope you can join us for our Zoom meeting. We'd love to see your circles artwork, but for now, we're gonna do our quiz. Which of these shapes is a circle? A, B, or C? And the answer is A. Which of these things is shaped like a circle? A, pizza, B, a donut, or C, a slice of bread? And the answer is B. Which of these has an object that is shaped like a circle? A, B, or C? And the answer is C, a baseball. Which objects in the photo are shaped like a circle? The basketball, the wall clock, and the oranges. So join us for our virtual meeting. We'd love to see and hear about your circles artwork. The date and the time is on the description below. See you then.